This is the Social Studies class 10, chapter 12, The World During World Wars. We are going to continue the chapter in part 4. So, till now, we have studied about the economic depression and the impact of economic depression in various parts of the world. Now, we are going to learn about the Second World War, which ran from 1939 to 1945. The causes of Second World War. As it is, we all know that the causes for the world wars were aggressive nationalism, militarism, imperialism, and secret alliances. The same were for the First World War. Now, along with these four causes, we have some additional causes for the Second World War. Aggressive nationalism, the nation heroism was there when people united for fighting for the nation on one flag in Europe. In order to establish this nationalism, they developed the militarism. They started the process of conquering the neighboring areas by way of militarism. And imperialism, as such, you know very well, it is by way of militarism, they started expanding their empires. So, imperialism is expansion of their empire. In order to do this, they made secret alliances like England, France, and USSR on one side, Germany, Austria, Hungary, and Italy on the other side. As such, you know that Germany was defeated in the First World War, and Germany and allies, they had allied countries, they had to face humiliation as a result of the failure in the First World War. After the First World War, in 1919, the Treaty of Versailles was signed, according to which Germany and their allied countries had to face many problems and they were put to humiliation. After Treaty of Versailles, the League of Nations was formed in order to maintain peace in Europe and other countries. They wanted to postpone or forego the wars. But we see that the League of Nations was a failure. In the League of Nations, US, which was the prompt in formation of it, was not a part of it. So, when the expansion took place, they did not take much interest. As a result, the League of Nations was a failure. Then we see that Germans, because of the humiliation, German and the allied countries, they wanted to take a revenge on these victor countries and they wanted to prove their domination over the European powers. On the other hand, we see that slowly and steadily Russia was gaining importance and the socialism in Russia was spreading all over. And the European powers, England, France, they were worried that socialism is going to spread to their nations also. So they wanted to put a stop for it. Let us see how these causes led to the Second World War. Let's learn about the Treaty of Versailles and the intensity of the terms which were imposed on the defeated countries in the First World War. So we see that other than aggressive nationalism, militarism, imperialism, and secret alliances, which were having the main cause for the wars, there were several other causes for the Second World War. Firstly, the intensity of the terms that were imposed on the defeated nations. The victors of the First World War, USA, UK, France, Italy, and Japan, they took the lead in this treaty, and the defeated powers were the Russia, Germany, Austria, and Turkey. They were not invited into the treaty. They imposed territorial penalties and military cuts on Germany. They had to return Alsace and Lorraine to France. They had to give huge booty or war indemnity to the victors. Germany had to reduce their army strength from 9 lakhs to 1 lakh and their 6 battleships only. They were not supposed to use any submarines. So in this way, it was an insult for the Germans, and this aggravated the people of Germany. Another cause for the Second World War was the failure of League of Nations. It was established in 1919 after the First World War to prevent wars in future, and here we see that Russia and Germany were not invited. We see that in the First World War, because of the Russian Revolution, Russia had to withdraw from the treaty, and they made treaty with Germany to uh, release itself from the First World War. And Germany, being a defeated country, was not invited for the League of Nations. USA also was not a part of it, even though Woodrow Wilson, the President of America, was the main person to propose it. As Congress did not give support to him, he could not be a part of it. An international court of justice was established to settle the disputes between the nations, but this did not uh, act properly and it did not perform its duty. As a result, Germany and Japan and Italy violated the international agreements and started expansions. Germany started attacking Poland, Japan started attacking China and Korea. Similarly, Italy also started aggressing upon the neighboring nations. In this way, this paved way for the Second World War. Let's see the Germans' role in the Second World War. Germans have challenged to a vengeful domination. After the First World War, victorious allies wanted to punish Germany for starting the war so that it could cripple Germany to such an extent that it cannot rise its power. Germans felt that it was slavish to take the terms of the treaty. People turned against this agreement and developed a strong desire to take revenge from these victors. It was that moment when Hitler came to power and his Nazi party became prominent among Germany. When he came to power, Hitler promised his people to get back the lost territories and restore German control all over the Central Europe. Germany rebuilt its industries, increased its massive army and armament industry, which was meant to serve a war. In this way, Germany started preparing for a war. On the other hand, England, UK, and France had a fear of the spread of socialism that was prevailing in Russia. The First World War resulted in a great disaster with big losses of humans and property, and it brought about social changes in Europe. Feudalism ended in Russia, Tsar's rule was taken over by the Bolsheviks and their socialism and communism. As a result of it, there came the Russian Revolution in 1917. After that, USSR was established in 1922. Its ideals were spread far and wide. Western capitalists, for the fear of the spread of these ideals in their countries, they started supporting Hitler against Russia. This was called the policy of appeasement. They wanted to please Hitler in order to get his support against USSR. Let's see the immediate cause of Second World War and how the World War came to an end. The beginning, Hitler invaded Poland on September 1, 1939, for refusing to hand over the port of Danzig. It was an attempt of expansion by Germany. But Poland had a pact with Britain. Pact means here a treaty, which supported Poland, and France also joined them a day later. This marked the beginning of the Second World War. Very soon, all the fascists joined the Germany, like Italy, Austria Hungary, all these countries they joined Germany in the Second World War. And this led to the Second World War between the Axis powers, that is, Europe, in Central Europe. The powers which were united in the Central Europe, they were called Axis powers. It was led by Germany, Italy, and Japan. And on the other hand were the Allied powers, which was led by Britain, USA, US, France, and USSR. In 1941, Japan attacked Pearl Harbor of USA. In Pearl Harbor, USA had stationed a military camp for the safety and protection in the Pacific Ocean. But they were not participating in the Second World War. But Japan, for the fear of attack from USA, they attacked Pearl Harbor. At the same time, Hitler attacked USSR in 1942. In 1943, the Battle of Stalingrad, USSR defeated German army and liberated all Eastern European provinces who hated Nazi rule. When they were defeated, and the USSR, they called USSR as the liberators, and they became independent. Hitler and his close associates were captured and tried. Germany was divided into two parts, GDR and FRG. GDR is called German Democratic Republic and FRG is Federal Republic of Germany. GDR was called the West Germany and FRG was the East Germany. And Berlin was divided by a wall called Berlin Wall. In August 1945, in the Far East, Japan surrendered to USA after the bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. This was the answer of USA for the attack of Pearl Harbor by Japan. This resulted in great disaster in Japan. As a result, they surrendered to USA. And with this, the Second World War came to an end. England allowed Japan to continue its constitutional monarchy ruled by a government responsible to the parliament. The Japanese parliament is called DEET. It was similar to that of English parliament. Like England also, you know that the crown is the head, but it is ruled by the parliament, that is House of Commons. There are two houses in the parliament in England. The lower house is called House of Commons and the upper house is called House of Lords. Similarly, it is monarchical rule but with parliamentary democracy or parliamentary supremacy. Same continued in Japan too. Most of the Nazi generals and leaders were put to the trial in the famous Nuremberg trials. Hitler and his 11 close associates were executed and the rest of them were imprisoned. In fact, Hitler and his close associates were surrounded by the USSR, and Hitler, for the fear of being tried, he shot himself and committed suicide. And his 11 associates were executed as a punishment. Allied powers were not as harsh with Germans compared to their attitude after the First World War. Because after the First World War, we see in the Treaty of Versailles, Germans were put to hardships, monetarily and territorially also. But now, because of the economic depression and the war, Germans had faced a lot of hardships. So they did not want to repeat. As a result, USA came up with Marshall Plan in order to fund the economic revival of Germany and Japan. In the same way, USSR also came up with some packages for the revival of their economies in the East European countries. Let us see the consequences of world wars. Consequences are the results of world wars. The world wars had great impact on the politics, society, and economy of the world. We see that first half of the 20th century ended with nightmare of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. It was full of wars. It has witnessed two great wars, First World War and the Second World War. After the First World War, we see that it was the end of monarchical rule in all over the Europe. Many countries, there like in Russia, there was the end of Tsar's rule. Similarly, in all other European powers also, monarchical rule came to an end. After the Second World War, it was an end of colonial rule. We see that till the Second World War, the whole world was under the pressure of the colonial rule, which was ruled by Britain, France, Japan, Germany, and Italy. But after the Second World War, these countries had to give independence to all the colonies. So, after the Second World War, we see that many countries in Asia and Africa became independent, like India, China, Indonesia, Vietnam, Egypt, Nigeria, etc. All these countries became free and they were out of the grip of the Western powers. And we see here a major change occurred after the Second World War. That is, two new superpowers emerged out, which were USA and USSR. USA was not much influenced by the world wars because it was on the other part of the continent. It was away from Europe. The impact was more on the Europe, Asia and Africa. So during the wars, USA has developed economically and politically also strong. In the same way, in Asia, USSR became very strong because of its economic policies like 5-year plans. Very soon after 1922, USSR has become economically very strong and its army was also very strong. So in this way, we see that the world was divided into two blocks, East Bloc and West Bloc. East Bloc was led by USA and the West Bloc was led by USSR. And all other European countries, they had a very great setback due to economic depression as well as Second World War because they lost all their colonies and economy was also standstill. There was no rise. At the same time, we see that because of the two world wars, enormous human cost has taken place. The two wars resulted in great human deaths and injuries. About 10 million people, of which 75,000 were Indian soldiers who fought in Africa and Europe during the First World War, and about 20 to 25 million people died during the Second World War. Deadly arms race was practiced during this period. It consisted of nuclear and chemical weapons too, which even threats today. Our lives are in danger and it gives a threat of total destruction, even with an accidental use. We can see the graph given over here, which relates the deaths which have taken place. When compared to 1500 to 1559, the deaths were 1.6 to 3.2 million deaths per thousand is given over here. And when compared to all other years, we see that in 1900 to 1999, the number of deaths had increased. Number of deaths were 109.7 millions and per thousand about 44.4 people per thousand were killed. So we can see that how devastating were the two wars. The major changes that occurred after the two wars, we see that first and foremost thing, the democratic principles were asserted in the world. The two wars paved way for need of democracy. They were tired of the monarchical rule. They wanted democracy. So First World War ended the monarchical rule. Like an Austro-Hungarian empire, it was broken. Similarly, Russian Empire was out of the Tsar's grip, and Ottoman Empire and German Empire were also scattered. Russian Revolution brought out socialism and communism after the end of Tsar's rule. In Germany, because Germany was divided into two parts, East Germany and West Germany, so they became a republic. And Ottoman Empire replaced by democratic and secular states in Turkey. After the Second World War, decolonization took place, and as a result, most of the nations in Asia and Africa became free. And all these countries led towards democratic ideals. Like we see that in India, we have democracy. We are democratic and republic. So there was a great change in the balance of power too. So prior to the wars, the maps were drawn according to the colonial expansion. Like Britain had a large empire spread from east to west, Europe, Africa, and Asia. But after the Second World War, we see that all these nations or the colonies which were under their grip like England, France, Spain, Germany, all these countries after the Second World War, they had to leave their colonies and give independence to them. As a result, on the basis of nationality, economic viability, and military security, after the Second World War, the maps were redrawn for all these nations. And the independent nations in Asia and Africa, as they were decolonized after the Second World War, new maps were drawn for all these independent nations. Now, major important change that occurred after the wars in the political field was enfranchisement of women. Enfranchisement is the right to vote. That is, till then, women did not have the right to vote. And during the wars, as the all men were engaged in the wars, and it was the women who took up um, their responsibility of maintaining their family, running the business, factories, and shops. They claimed that they were the breadwinners as the men were busy in the war. At last, they were successful, and the British women got their rights in 1918 for the first time. So we see that the women were successful in achieving the right to vote, which was a big step in this direction. And after the two wars, after the Second World War, new international organizations were formed, and this was a step to preserve peace in the world. As we have seen that after First World War, the League of Nations was formed in 1919, but it was not that strong. So now they realize that they need a stronger organization which could maintain peace in the world. So United Nations organization was established in 1945. They had four major principles: preserving peace, upholding human rights, respecting international law, and promoting social progress. It had also some agencies which worked in this sphere, like UNESCO, UNICEF, WHO, ILO, etc. UNESCO is United Nations Economic, Social and Cultural Organization, and UNICEF, United Nations International Children Education Fund, and WHO, as all of you know, World Health Organization, which is working for the health issues all over the world, and ILO, International Labour Organization. As such, many other organizations are working for United Nations organization. Though it is used as a tool by great powers, like UNO is used by great powers. Like major principal powers are five principal nations are there, which we'll learn in the later chapter. They're USA, USSR, France, UK, and Japan, China. These are the five nations which are permanent members of UNO. They will be monitoring the issues in United Nations. But in somehow or the other, we see that United Nations has managed to maintain peace and stability in the world. That's all, children. You go through this video 2 or 3 times, try to understand, read the lesson again from your textbook, and if you find any doubts, you can call me back.